Welcome to the Franchise Success Formulas podcast. My name is Aisha Bascaro, your truth teller, here to give you tips and best practices on how to be successful in your franchise organization. Today, we're going to talk about the real reasons why franchisees are not able to achieve time freedom even when they go multi-unit. And the reason I'm covering this is because a lot of people assume, and this is a myth out there, right? That if you go multi-unit, meaning that if you buy multiple franchises, you would automatically are going to be able to achieve time freedom. But the reality is that as you open more units or acquire more units and open more franchises and grow into the multi-unit organization, you are really just multiplying the work, multiplying the challenges, multiplying the number of people that you're going to oversee. And therefore, instead of having more time freedom, you have less unless you create the infrastructure, the systems, the processes and procedures for you to be able to delegate operations. And so very, very important to know that automatically going multi-unit does not mean that you're going to have more time freedom. So now that the myth is out of the way, let's cover the things that are causing you to not achieve time freedom. So the first one is, are you an operator versus a business owner? One of the most difficult things to do for business owners that are growing is to let go of the day-to-day operations. Because when you start with one unit, you are used to being in the unit day in and day out, looking at every detail of the operations, not only managing it and running it, but making the decisions yourself, instead of being an owner and an overseer of the business. Now, this is a really good thing that you are becoming an expert at your business, because by you spending time of operating a unit, you are becoming very knowledgeable and maybe a master at running that one unit. When you achieve that level of ability and skills and understanding, you are better able to delegate because you know what to expect. However, it comes a time that as you grow in your organization, that you need to start to let go and become more of the owner and not the operator. And that is one of the reasons why you do not achieve time freedom, because you do not make that change in your role when you're running a multi-unit organization. So are you an operator, or are you a business owner and leader of the business? And that's going to be an answer as to why you don't have more time freedom. Another reason why franchisees don't achieve time freedom when they go multi-unit is because they become the bottleneck. That means that when people have questions or they need support or answers or direction, they can only come to you because you have not empowered them on where to find those answers. So are you the bottleneck? Are you hanging on to some of the answers and some of the information and tools and resources that they need to be successful and manage the operations on your behalf? Your business cannot grow if everything in the business has to run by you. So let go of the desire of being the one making all decisions, and you will see how you will have more time freedom. Now, there are three pillars of time freedom. The first one is you need to document all of those things that you are used to doing. You have to document that information so that your people know exactly how you want things to be done. The idea is that you're going to be moving things that are in your head and in your heart into documentation so that you can then provide that to your leaders so that they can do the job the way that you expect them to do. And then the next step, which is the hardest, is you have to delegate the responsibility to your leaders. Yes, you got to let go. Don't be the bottleneck, right? Don't be the operator, be the owner. And so you have to delegate the responsibility to your leaders. And because you have provided the documentation and the training, they know what to do. So delegate to them. And the third pillar is you have to trust them. Yes, you have to trust them so that they can do the job. So don't be micromanaging them. Don't be looking over their shoulders. Really trust them. Now, trust them doesn't mean that you set it and forget it. You still need to follow up to ensure that they're doing the things the way you want them to do it and the way that you have trained them to do it. But trust them to do it. And only if you see an issue do you address it. And those are the three pillars to be able to delegate your operations and achieve more time freedom. Just know that time freedom isn't just an automatic. You have to create it. You have to build the things that need to be happening in the business, the processes, the procedures, the systems, so that you can then delegate and achieve that time freedom. So it's going to take time and work to make it happen. But once you do, you will have it. You will have created it. You would have caused that time freedom in your organization. And not only are you going to be able to have more time freedom, but you're going to have the ability to continue to grow your organization and multiply your profits. Now, I know that this might be a little bit challenging and you might not know where to start, or maybe it's a little bit overwhelming to think, take all the things that you have to transfer from your brain and your heart to your people so that you can delegate with confidence. So let me invite you for you to explore the Command Program. This is a program that we have designed to support growing and multi-unit franchisees to help you define, document, and delegate all of those operating procedures, processes, systems, and policies that would allow you to achieve that time freedom. So if this is something that you would like to learn more about, all you got to do is visit us at American Franchise Academy, look into the program Command, and you will see how we are able to support you along the journey of creating the systems that you need so that you can delegate operations and achieve the time freedom that you want and you deserve. So let me close with this challenge. If you were to go on vacation for 30 days from your business, what are the areas that will have the biggest challenges? And those are the areas in which you need to start working on. And maybe you might not be clear what would happen, but why don't take, a couple of days off, 3 days off, a week off, and you will know what happens when you're not in a business day to day. Or notice the type of things that people call you for and ask you for and email you for, or the things that you're getting involved on. All of those things that require your personal assistance are the systems that you are missing. So at least that will give you some of the areas where you can start on, or again, reach out to us at the American Franchise Academy, schedule a call with admissions, and learn more about how the Command Program can help you build all of those. I hope you enjoyed the podcast today and gave you a few ideas of how you can really achieve that time freedom that is promised when you are becoming a multi-unit franchisee. If you enjoy this podcast, make sure that you subscribe and follow the podcast so that you don't miss future sessions like this. With that, we'll see you in the next one.